An eargasm of learning and a no-fuss show. Welcome to the Creative Talk Podcast, where you can learn straightforward topics about branding, digital entrepreneurship, online business, and many more with your charming host, John Santos, along with inspiring entrepreneurs, creators, and thought leaders worldwide.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Creative Talk. We have a special guest for today's episode. Guys, I am excited. I can feel the energy. I love this person's energy. Her character is just amazing. Guys, our guest for today, a self-worth coach. And listen to this. Top 10 coaches to help you thrive in 2021 by Thrive Global Magazine. Wow, we are in the presence of royalty here. Our guest for today, she will help you find the key to discover your purpose. And for me, that's a big thing. Discovering your purpose. And, we will find out why and how later. But let's all welcome our special guest, very beautiful, very humble. She is very humble. Let's all welcome Maria Stavrou. Welcome to the show.
You did it so well.
I was buying time. I was like, how do I pronounce that
again? Listen, on behalf of all of the Greek population across the world, I believe strongly you did very, very well. Yay!
Maria, welcome. Welcome to the show. I said this off cam. I will say it again on cam. Thank you for spending the time to be with us here in the show. I know, you're very busy. And plus, we're doing a lot of things, time zone difference. So thank you for being with us here in the show.
We had a lot of fun with the time zone today, didn't we, Jan?
Yes. Crazy.
So much. I think because both you and I, we work globally. So it's one of the most fun things that we have as part of our day. Is someone awake? If they're awake, are they working? Are they working, or have they finished working? Or are they finished working and still possibly available? Who's to know?
You're right. Sometimes you send a lot of messages and why are they not replying? And then, they're sleeping. No wonder.
These people sleep. Oh.
Well, Maria, I am, for all our listeners and viewers, the reason why I'm excited, because I know that we will discover a lot of, let me use the word treasures. I know that we will discover a lot of treasures in learning, life experience, and, mindset tips from this person, from Maria. So Maria, we're excited. Our listeners and our viewers are very excited to know who or what influenced you to be, in this position of greatness. Because clearly you are positioned to reach out, help, not only clients, but me as a friend. We've been exchanging messages and I've learned a lot. So what influenced or who influenced you to be in this position you are right now? The floor is yours, my dear.
Well, for one thing, I would just say is to be in a position of influence, like you just said. I will just say that the world moves if you have passion. And I just want to say it right now. I spoke to you earlier about this because I was kind of deliberating. I did find my feet because I was forced to. I was, brought up in a single parent household, to which I then ended up in foster care. Foster care isn't in every single country. So just to describe what that means is you are physically removed from the parent's house that you live in and put into the care of another family household because of the dangers that you're in. So for that reason, I always did feel a little bit like I've got to do this for myself, by myself. But my driving force, I was thinking about this, Jan, whilst I was putting on my little headpiece. I was thinking about it a little bit deeply. And I will just say, you know, I want to give my sister the credit where it's deserved. You know, the driving force behind what I do, my love for her, and my want and my need to make her justice in this world for what's happened to both she and I when we were growing up. So, you know, how I found who I am and why I am how I am is absolutely down to her. You know, I don't know who I would be. I don't know. You know, I've got this big driving force of I need to do right by her. I want to do right by her. I want to make sure that she feels validated and relevant in this world, you know.
I'm having goosebumps because, you know, I know the story. Maria.
Is it the weather?
Maria, only if you're comfortable, okay? Because I know the story. I know you. We're friends. But for all our listeners and viewers, guys, the reason why Maria is saying that her sister is, you know, the driving force and the influence to become, you know, a Supergirl, a Wonder Woman, is because there's a story behind it. And I will not share that, and I will let our guest take the honor in sharing that story. Only if you're comfortable sharing the story, your sister's story, and, you know, how it plays a role in shaping this Wonder Woman you are right now.
Yes, I'm comfortable, but do I know where to begin? So she and I growing up under one household, you know, bad things can happen. Bad things can happen to little children. And I know that we're not alone in the world where we've suffered bad things. And I know that this might resonate with people at home, which is genuinely the only reason how I've even been able to talk about it. You know, I've actually not really been open about this until maybe about 2 months ago. So it's been something that I've kind of like silently worked through in my own way, and I've done my own work, I've done my own research, but I've never really spoken to it. Genuinely, even friends have said, crikey, I didn't even know about that. But we had not one but two predators join our household. The first one was a pedophile. He didn't get any time. Okay, so he didn't get any jail time. There wasn't enough evidence. After that particular person left, so I will just say trigger warning, and it's probably correct for you to put that on your podcast before all of this. But after that particular guy left, and my mum was obviously in her own place, like she started to drink a lot of alcohol, more so than what she was already. You know, it kind of left me and Christina kind of like, we have to work our shit out for ourselves. I've always been kind of how I am now, right? I've always been quite like, everything's gonna be great. I can even remember, like, I was 8, maybe 9 years old, and I was telling my mum, you know, you look really sad. I think you should find somebody new, and, you know, somebody to look after you and feel happy with. She did. She went out on this date. She found this guy, and I remember her coming home and being like, oh, he's so lovely, he's so this, he's so that. And, you know, we were going through it because what had happened with Christina had affected us, you know. And I just thought maybe, you know, some happiness is going to come from this like moving on moment, a big thing. And Mum thought the same, and Christina was the same as well. So Mum ended up with another guy, and that guy she ended up marrying, and that guy ended up doing the same thing. So He was also a predator, and it's actually quite it happens a lot with predators. They look for people with families that has had this happen to them. It's more of a predatorial thing. So they'll look for families that have been affected by it or just happened or something like that. And that's the thing they do. Okay. So this time round, we ended up with enough evidence to put this guy away for 9 years.
9 years.
So 9 years. In my opinion, not long enough.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. I have something in mind for people like that. And
I think there's countries that do that.
Yes.
The thing is, right, okay, so the reality of it is what happened with my sister. She stood in the way of these two men. And when the abuse started, she told them, as a little girl, like as a tiny little girl, like she told these big, huge men, if you do this with me, you do not touch my sister.
Oof.
She legitimately stood in between this predator, both of them, and made sure that they would not touch me.
Oof.
Because she knew that there was a chance that they could. And she was like, if this is going to happen, then you do not touch my little sister. So my sanity, my happiness, my strength, would I have it if it wasn't for her? No fucking way. No way. My sister right now, 2021, it's been 7 years inside of a mental health hospital. 7 years. She broke. So she started to lose her mind at 16, just after the court case had been done and he got put away for 9 years. And it was just a steady decline. Now, like, if you have a family member who's had that happen to them, like, all you want to do is help, right?
Yeah.
Like, crikey, like that's your fight, flight, or freeze response. You're like, I'm gonna fight for this person.
Exactly. Yeah.
I get this.
Right.
Like it's not easy though, because if people go through this, there's the flight, flight, freeze, flight, fight, freeze. So if it's a case of you freeze and you don't know what to do, this is what my mum did. She didn't know what to do. She got locked into her own state of depression and her own drinking, and it just wasn't working out for her to be able to cope with what had happened. Okay, so it was a case that I got put into foster care because mum was choosing alcohol and violence. So she chose alcohol and violence as her outlet for what was happening. And I got the brunt of it. Christina wasn't all that kind either. She was lashing out as well. I got the brunt of that. So I had to get taken away. I had to get taken away because it was just not safe for me. But it was the biggest blessing in disguise. It was the biggest blessing in disguise.
Maria, was it, I know it's hard, but how did you take all of that and create this strong persona? I mean, you were young when all of these were happening. How did you cope?
I didn't cope very well. And I think, if we're honest with ourselves, like, every stage of our life, we always think we're at the champion stage. Like, well, at least I did.
No, that's true. And I love, this is the reason, guys, all our listeners and viewers, this is the reason why I'm excited. Because people like Maria will really say something straight to our faces that will bring us to reality, bring us back to reality. And that's true. That's something that we need, right? Please continue, Maria.
Like, I thought I was coping with it well by running away. That was stage one. Okay. that was stage one. I was running away and I was like, this is how I cope with it. I take myself away if it gets too much. So stage two is finding what I thought was my tribe.
Ooh.
And this was when I was young, and, you know, and reflecting back at it now, oh my God, did I get into the wrong crowd? Oh my God. It was right for the time, for what I thought I needed. I don't know if anybody listening has ever been in that self-destruct mode where you push the button just to see what the button can do. You know, oh, big red button. Okay, let's see what it does.
I wonder what that happened.
I know. And I pushed every limitation. You know, I'm thankful that I had my head screwed on enough to know that I needed to be there for my sister. So as much as I pushed it, I didn't push it to, you know, heroin or crack or anything like that. But I took a lot of coping mechanism additives, shall we say. So I found a way to escape without actually physically running away. And I found that solace in that, because this is like my late teens. You know, I'd just been in foster care. I'd come out of foster care. I'd gotten into an abusive relationship with a guy who was 28. I was 16. Wow. I was 16. And I thought, oh my God, he's so grown up. What an amazing man. And now I'm 32. I'm like, sweet mother of Christ, that guy had some problems. Oh my God. You know, like he was horrific. Like the treatment that I got in that place that I was. I didn't think I could get it any better. And that's where I was. That was the headspace I was in, you know? So who I am now, each stage, I could promise you this, I thought I was at my best. I was like, I can't get any better than this. This guy is giving me a roof. That's really great.
Right.
Then stage 3 was like the whole, like, finding somebody who did show me love. Oh my gosh. My biggest savior in my life has got to be a man that I met when I was 17.
Oh.
And I got saved. I was just finishing up this relationship with the abusive guy.
Right.
When I say finishing up, I mean he was burning my stuff the day that I met this man.
Ooh.
He was burning everything that I owned. I had nothing. So I met this guy who genuinely saved my life the night that the man who I was staying with burned my entire stuff. So I was like, well, the timing's pretty perfect. Let's go. Time to move out. Okay. So I met this guy. He knows who he is, and I don't know if he'd ever listen to this. But you know, because
who knows? Who knows?
But he knows he saved my life. I've told him enough times, and I'm still friends with him today.
Yes.
He was the first person in my life that showed me what love meant for real. You know, like that feeling of actually feeling like you're worthy. You know, and feeling like you're special, and feeling like, you know, life is worth living.
Wow. Powerful.
It was powerful. He taught me how to love myself, how I am today. For sure. He gave me the keys. He unlocked the doors, but he gave me the keys afterwards, you know?
I love that.
And it was so special. It was so special that moment happened, that transformation of recognition that I can actually do better than the shitstorm I was in.
Yeah. What was that the part where you know, because you said that the doors were open, and you know it was an opportunity for you to really understand your worth, your love for life and yourself. Was that the point in your life where you understood the concept of, you know, becoming the best of who you are?
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Can you give us like a brief story of that? When that struck you, what happened?
Well, when that struck me, what happened was everything seemed possible. Everything seemed possible. And before, it was just the roof that I was hitting. I just kept thinking that this was all there was. I was just going to be that girl that lived that life surrounded by scumbags, not doing my life, honestly, not doing anything with my life, not achieving much, not being able to be either loved genuinely or desirable or achieved, having success. My God, like this moment, it was like I said, a switch, like a door unlocking or a switch had just gone off in my head. And I was like, this is it. This is it. This is the next level. This is the next step, right?
Wow.
So that absolutely level 4. But that was it. It was talking differently to myself. Okay. There's so much science that's been proven. So Martin Seligman is the guy that's like testament to positive psychology. Now, this is probably like 13, 14 years ago. So it wasn't really a big thing. It wasn't really like positive psychology wasn't really massive. It wasn't really a thing, right? Like The Secret, I don't think that book was out yet even. I don't think that was a thing. So what I turned to was like affirmations and, crystal healing, which I still kind of have like a bunch of them around me now, just for that anchor. Because I genuinely do believe that everything does begin here. Okay. And whatever totem, be it a crystal, be it a Star of David, be it a crucifix, be it whatever it is, whatever anchor you use, it's switching something in here.
Ooh.
It is. And it doesn't matter what it is that you use. What matters is your belief in yourself. That's where it comes from.
I love that. I'm gonna wait a moment, Maria, because this is the power bomb that I've been waiting for. Guys, get a pen and paper, write it down. If you're modern, if you're nerd, hit that download and save this episode, because those things that Maria said, that is an introduction to my question for her. How to become your best self. Tips. Powerful tips to become your best self. So Maria, I know you're in the zone. Feel free to share us how to become your best self. Any tips? The floor is yours, my dear.
Well, I have a whole course dedicated. I'm joking. What I would say, and this is like where I want to start from, right?
Sure.
Your passion is who you are, and your purpose is what's for others. Okay? Your passion is who you are, but your purpose is what is for others. So you have to just think to yourself, okay, what am I good at? So how to be your best self? Amazing question. And it is something that people seek, right? They seek it out. Okay, so what I want everyone to do at home, this is your shortcut life hack top tip, okay?
Ooh.
Okay, so this is going to save you a shed load of time. Okay, so get a piece of paper and down the middle draw a line. Jan, do you want to do this at the same time, darling?
Sure. I have a little, I don't know if this counts, but
Splendid. Okay, there is a very good reason why we do this pen to paper and not on a phone. Why? I hear you not ask, because it's a pre-recorded podcast. Because when you use a pen to paper, you're using the right side of your brain, which is your creative side. If you're doing an electronic device or a phone or anything like that, you're not using the right side of your brain as much as you do when a pen is to paper. Okay, so pen to paper, what we have here is the traditional way of structuring your life. Now, On the right-hand side of the paper, of the line, I want you to write down want and do. All right. Now, Jan,
Yep.
as you were growing up as a wee little Jan, growing up in the Philippines, being the cutest little man there is imaginable. I don't doubt that for a second. I think what you will have said to yourself and everyone at home, you will have had a list of wants, right? I want to have a podcast. I want to work in branding. I want a super cool pair of sunglasses that are clear that look amazing, by the way. So well done you. I want an awesome book collection. I want some Batman figurines behind me. All of these things. Okay. So all of these things are your wants, right? So you've gone through life going, I want this, I want X, I want Y, I want a business, I want a podcast, I want a third. So then what Jan does is Jan creates a to-do list. I have to do this if I want that. And then you go, okay, I got that now. So then I go back to my want list, right? I go to my next one. Then what I do is I go, okay, I want a branding business. Okay, so what do I have to do? I have to do getting a pen that works. I have to do what it is to get that business, right? So we go left to right to left to right. So you have, baby, I need a pen that works. Can you help me? We're going to use a highlighter now because this one's way more fun.
That's why I always use pencils. You will never go wrong with
you're
pencils.
You're teaching me, I'm teaching you. So what happens is you'll have your list of wants on the left and your list of do's on the right, okay?
Yeah.
And you zigzag. This is your timeline, by the way. This is your life, Jan.
Wow.
Jan goes from want, do, want, do, want, do, want, do. Okay? You're never in the present.
Ooh.
Okay, because you want something, then you do it. Then you're on to the next one, then you do it. How do we break this?
Right.
How do you become your best self, Jan?
Ooh, I'm excited to know. How?
Okay, I'm going to give you the chance to guess. What do you think you have to do to be your best self?
I don't have any idea, my dear.
So glad I get the opportunity to tell you.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay, I'm going to use a slightly different color because this one is fun. Okay, we're using different colors because it's fun. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, Jan included, on the left-hand side of your piece of paper, which has got the line dividing it, and on the right-hand side, you'll have want and do, zigzagging back and forth. Now, on the left-hand side of your paper, I want you to write down, who do you want to be?
Be. Okay.
Who do you want to be? Okay. Now, you want to be a podcaster, right? Okay. What does that mean that you start off as?
What do you mean?
You are starting, this is what I mean. You're starting off being a podcaster. You don't want a podcast, so you have to do stuff. You're starting off by being a podcaster, which means that you get to do things that become the physical of being that version of you. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So what that means, so I want to be somebody who's loving and caring. Okay, well, I'm going to be that person. What does that mean that I have to then do? I have to then do X, Y, Z. But what does that mean that your life is? Your life is beginning from the start point and understanding that you already are that person. You just begin to show up as that version of you every day. Who is that person that you want to be? And show up as him, her, or everything in between every fucking day. Sorry to swear. Every day.
I'm writing it down. Yeah.
Okay. The most fundamental thing that we have been brought into our lives by society is this feeling of not enoughness. Jan, can I swear?
Sure. I mean, the floor is yours.
Shit. That's it. Okay, I'm serious. We are enough. Okay, how do you want to be your best self? All right, darling, if you need a little bit extra, what does she or he look like? All right, be that person every day. How do they show up? How do they show up? Show up as him, her, or them. It is fundamental. We recognize we have it already. Your existence is what you cultivate. I could very well have been a drug dealing scumbag, dirtbag. I was homeless at one point. I was living on the fucking streets. I could have let that be my existence. But now, no. This is where I live. This is my house. This is where I live.
Wow.
Okay? I live in this beautiful house with a husband that loves me to death. He is devoted. We have an incredible relationship. Why? Because we put in the fucking work. We put in the work. Like, we decide what relationship do we want, and we show up as that every day. It's not without arguments. Arguments aren't to be shied away from. I tell you what it is. It's how quickly you repair. How quickly you repair. Okay, did you have a crossword with that person? Well, did you sort it out? How quickly did you sort it out? How quickly did you go back to neutral?
Wow. Wow. I'm amazed, Maria. I'm amazed. This is like a free taste of the whole masterclass that you offer. I mean, wow. It's true. Mind-changing perspective. It's everything. You're right. You're right. We've been conditioned in such way. And this, the value that you offer, that's the game changer. Guys, I was supposed to say this at the end, but guys, my advice for all our listeners and viewers, please connect to Maria, reach out to Maria, because she will transform your lives and help you in your journey towards success. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. And she will tell that straight to your face. It's not going to be easy. But you will have a clear vision, a clarity how you will get there. And she will help you along the way. Wow. Wow. Maria, thank you so much. I love that. And I will keep my scribbles here. I'm going to take a picture. It doesn't show in the camera, but yeah, you can see that. I'll take a picture of this and I'll post it, and I'll keep this page because this is very powerful. Thank you. All right.
Jan.
Sorry?
I'm sorry to cut you off, Jan. But I want to see that list of who you want to be. I want to see that list of who you want to be. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait for you, for your future. You've got such an amazing, I'll tell you this. You're the only podcaster I've ever been interviewed by that has made me feel from the moment so comfortable. Like, the first thing that you said to me, and I want to just give you credit where it's due. The first thing you said to me was just, imagine we're in a coffee shop having a chat. I was like, oh my God, you're so right. I love this.
Do you know why I'm the only podcaster who made you feel that way? Right. It's because we messed up the time zone. But Maria, thank you for that. It's something that it really something big for me, coming from you, that I help you feel that way. So thank you for that. Thank you.
You gave the space, Jan, and you gave such a loving, welcoming, safe space, and the future for you is amazing. Wow. I can feel it in my phone.
Yes. I'm melting now. I'm melting, guys. All right, Maria. Guys, we started off with knowing the story of this, awesome human being. And then we hit the meat, the topic, powerhouse. We love that. Now, we are in the part, Maria, that we will play a game. All right? This is a traditional thing in this show. All right? We call it the Creative Fast Talk. I will ask you random questions, and you are not allowed to think or to spend much time in thinking what the right answer would be. The first word that comes into your mind, you say it, shoot, and you need to be 100% honest. All right?
Jan, I swear a lot.
It's okay, my dear. You're the guest of the show. You are the focus. The spotlight is on you. It's okay. If Spotify flags us, we're going to go to YouTube. It's okay, my dear. It's okay. You be you. All right? The show is yours. Ready? Are you ready, my dear? All right. Welcome to the Creative Fast Talk. Maria, question number 1. It's going to be easy, okay? Favorite color?
Yellow.
Hot or cold?
Hot.
Soap or toothbrush?
Toothbrush.
Lights on or lights off?
Lights on.
All right. Shaved or hairy?
Depends on what human.
I did say it was human or something. It could be a soft toy or something. Or that. So
I'm going to go with stubbling.
Okay, I'll accept that. Next. Although the next question, I think I know the answer to this. The beaches or the mountains?
You might not know. I love mountains. I'm going mountains.
Oh, I was wrong. I thought because you're in this country and okay.
Jungle is my thing. I live for the jungles. I live for jungle.
Wow. All right. Okay. Next. Old school cinemas or modern Netflix?
Old school cinemas for the horror films. I love Rob Zombie.
Oh, yeah. Check. That's check.
Yeah, Quentin Tarantino. Check.
Oh, check. Love it. Next. Okay, since you mentioned Tarantino,
Yes.
I'm gonna jump to this question.
Ooh.
What are the top 3 movies of all time for you?
Snatch, Fifth Element, and The Female Brain.
Ooh, I love that. I love you, Maria. All right, next question. Maria, if you were an animal, what animal would you be and why? A wolf.
Wolf, motherfucker.
Nice. Okay,
wolf.
explain why. Why the wolf?
They can be lone, but they mate for life. They are fierce, they are leaders, and they are loyal. And they are super cute as well.
Wow. I love it. Nice. Next. What scares you?
Okay. Zombies.
Who's not scared with zombies? I mean, even if I saw some zombies, like, what?
Seriously, it could happen. We don't know. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, right, I can honestly tell you this. Before I moved to Thailand, spiders, snakes, rats, anything like that, not an issue. Not a bloody issue. Not at all. Zombies, I used to time myself running from my car to my front door to see how I'd fare in an apocalypse. Okay, you're doing all right today, but you could do better than Tuesday. All right.
Crazy. But guys, what? See, now we discovered something new. All right, next. Zombies, I'll accept that. I'll say I'm afraid of zombies. Oh, who's not going to be afraid of zombies? All right, next. Driver or passenger?
Driver.
Juice or coffee?
Coffee. Yeah.
Slippers or shoes?
Slippers.
What is something that is always in your bag when you were a kid?
Vodka.
When you were a kid, why would you have a vodka in your bag?
I told you I was troubled. I told you.
Okay, guys, for all the listeners and viewers, Maria is afraid of zombies and has always a vodka inside her bag. So what a combination, right?
It was a small one. It was only a kid-sized one.
Okay, size vodka. All right, okay. Okay. Next, what is the weirdest food you've tried so far? Like the weirdest ever so far, which is weird.
You know those birds that are in the egg?
Oh, I know that. That's a if I have it correct, that's a native Filipino food. Yeah, it's called balut.
Yes, and I've had one of those, and because I'm from the UK, that to me was far out there, right? But it's either that or eating a scorpion. So I don't know. It's like, oh my God, no!
What?
I had a puffin.
Why would you eat that?
It was a part of the Icelandic tradition. Sorry.
Ah,
I'm sorry.
no.
I was in Iceland. I know. They're
No.
so cute and they come out with such good books, right? But basically, is it puffin or is it penguin that comes out with a good book? I don't know. I think they're at war anyway. So basically, I was in Iceland and I was trying the local cuisine, as you do. And they were like, this is what we eat. This is how we do it. And I was like, it must be like the Icelandic version of having KFC. Right. I don't know.
But did you know that it was a puffin? Or you thought it was a chicken or something?
I knew it was a puffin.
Ah! Well, there you go, guys. Maria's afraid of zombies with vodka inside her bag. Who eats puffin? Very good combination.
That cannot be my synopsis. That cannot be it. Okay,
right.
So just to be clear, I did go vegetarian. I tried to go vegan, and I absolutely do not eat fish anymore.
Right. Okay. There's a disclaimer there, guys. Next. Maria, what is your dream superpower of all time and why?
I want to be Dr. Jean Grey.
Oh, very strong. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
why?
And
Even though we know her power, I want to ask you why. Why that?
Okay, so if you could understand the inner workings of somebody without them having to articulate it, because not everyone can articulate their problems in a way that is understandable, digestible, and also correct. This is why misdiagnosis happens in the NHS with mental health.
Yeah,
this is
exactly.
why misdiagnosis happens across the world. This is why miscommunication happens. This is why people argue. This is why people fight. If we had, or even one person had the ability to comprehend what's really happening inside of somebody's head, I feel like we would have peace. We would have correct diagnosis. We would have a complete comprehension of mental health issues across the world without any question. Fact.
Wow, powerful. And I agree. Yes. All right. Our last question, Maria, is a traditional question that we have in the show. This can be serious depending on how you will take on the question. All right. Last question is, if you have the power to bring back someone back from the dead, who would it be and why?
Nikola Tesla.
Oh, okay. Why?
Well, we know why. Like, come on.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna change the follow-up question. All right. Remember when I told you that imagine that the both of us are inside the coffee shop. All right. We're just having a good time, and then Nikola Tesla comes in. What is, because you brought it back to life. All right.
You'd be like, what the fuck did you do that for?
What is the first question you would ask him?
Okay, how can we get free electricity then, dude? Chop, chop.
love it. I love it. Thank you so much. There you have it, guys. The fun side of an awesome human being. We were in her journey in the story, what shaped her, who influenced her, gave us powerful insights, value, learning, and now she is laughing, having a good time with us. So Maria, thank you so much. Feel free to promote any social accounts that you want to promote, any events, projects that you want to share. The floor is yours. Feel free to promote.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Oh, I really appreciate that actually, because I do have something that I am I'm doing it, that I've created to help people with COVID anxiety, if it's okay to talk about that.
Sure. The floor is yours, my dear.
Thank you so much. So I created a course which is specifically aimed at people who struggle with anxiety, and also especially for those who are struggling with anxiety because of being indoors due to COVID lockdowns and everything like that. Going back into the world can be a bit daunting, be a bit scary. Sometimes it can feel a little bit too much and there's a lot of pressure. So I created a really affordable 6-week training course for people, because I'm aware that not a lot of people had their income to the full extent, or in fact even had an income in the first place throughout a lot of the lockdown. So it's beginning on the 29th of May. And if this speaks to you, if this is something that feels right for you, and you'd like to know more, then come find me on my Instagram. You can either do that on maria.antonia.stavrou. Or what you can do is you can do it on my work Instagram, which is The Joyful Coach. So find me. So I would recommend to get me on maria.antonia.stavrou, and then just hit me up in my direct messages. I'm doing it as a 6-week intimate group sessions, which is for only 15 people maximum, because I do not want people to feel overwhelmed. You'll get a one-to-one with me, and then we'll have 1-hour sessions 6 weekly for 6 weeks. And yeah, we do techniques and just have a good community space. So,
wow, there you go, guys. Please do check Maria out, connect with her, because I'm sure she will help you to achieve success and freedom, mindset tips in your journey towards success. So again, Maria, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
How do I make sure people spell my name correctly? Because I'm so foreign. That's it. I'm aware. I am from Cyprus. I'm aware. So, okay, Jan, I just want to say, mate, that I really love doing this with you. And if you ever want me back, please have me back. I'm all yours.
Of course. So there you have it, guys. A wonderful episode with a wonderful guest, with a power-packed learning from, our Wonder Woman guest here, Maria. This is Jan Santos saying, have a positive outlook in life. Smile. God bless you.
Thank you for being with us here on the Creative Talk Podcast. I'm your host, John Santos. Don't forget to listen and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. See you again, always.